Welcome to a gentle journey into one of the most essential ideas in business and economics, the trade cycle. Together, we'll discover how understanding this rhythm can empower and inspire. Picture the economy not as a rigid path always climbing, but as a vibrant, living force with its own unique heartbeat and flow. This gentle rhythm, the pulse of economic life, is what we call the trade cycle, or as it's often known today, the business cycle. It reflects the natural rise and fall of economic activity over time, a pattern of ups and downs that has shaped market economies for generations. These movements aren't random or chaotic. They are steady, recurring waves that touch nearly every part of our financial and professional worlds. From the cost of daily essentials to the opportunities for work and the success of global companies, the cycle's influence is everywhere. Gaining insight into this cycle is the first step toward mastering business strategy and shaping thoughtful economic policy. At its heart, the trade cycle is the periodic, though sometimes unpredictable, rise and fall in overall economic activity. This means we're looking at the bigger picture: total goods and services produced, national income, employment, and business investment across a country or even the world. These gentle fluctuations aren't limited to one industry or place. They ripple through nearly every sector at once, though some may feel their effects more deeply than others. Gaining an understanding of the trade cycle is not just an academic exercise for economists. It's a powerful, practical insight that empowers everyone who takes part in the economy. For business leaders, the stage of the trade cycle can be the most influential external force shaping a company's journey and success. In times of expansion, businesses often find new doors opening. Access to funding becomes easier, launching new products feels possible, and entering fresh markets is met with enthusiasm and opportunity. On the other hand, during a contraction or recession, businesses may face challenges like slower sales, growing inventories, and tighter margins, calling for resilience and adaptability. The ability to adapt strategies to the changing economic climate can determine a business's survival, making knowledge of the trade cycle an essential tool for wise leadership and confident risk management. The effects of these economic waves reach far beyond boardrooms, touching the daily lives and well-being of individuals and families. Employment levels, for example, are deeply connected to the rhythm of the business cycle. In times of prosperity, job opportunities flourish, wages rise, and people enjoy greater freedom and mobility in their careers. When the cycle turns downward, the environment shifts, but hope and renewal are always on the horizon. The trade cycle also shapes personal financial choices, guiding decisions about when to buy a home or car, and how to invest for a brighter, more secure future. To truly appreciate the trade cycle, let's gently break it down into its essential phases. Though the cycle flows continuously, economists have identified distinct stages that help us better understand its graceful movement. Each phase is like a chapter in a story, offering its own lessons and opportunities for growth. By exploring these phases, we gain clarity and confidence in navigating the rhythms of the economy. Imagine the trade cycle as the gentle passage of a day: morning, noon, evening, and night. Each stage brings its own unique beauty, challenges, and promise. In this journey, we will discover 5 key phases: expansion, peak, contraction, trough, and recovery. Each one is a stepping stone toward a brighter economic future. Let's begin with expansion, often called a boom. This is a time of vibrant economic health, optimism, and new possibilities. During expansion, key indicators shine. GDP grows, companies thrive, unemployment falls, and people feel empowered to spend and invest in their dreams. Businesses invest with confidence, credit flows easily, and stock markets often reach inspiring new heights. It's a season of prosperity and abundant opportunity. Eventually, this uplifting phase reaches the peak, the highest point of economic activity, where the energy and momentum are at their strongest before a gentle turn begins. At the peak, resources are fully engaged, sometimes leading to bottlenecks and rising costs. This is when inflation may become a concern, reminding us of the balance needed for sustainable growth. Even in this moment of achievement, the seeds for the next phase are quietly sown. While business activity is at its peak, it's important for leaders to recognize this turning point. By doing so, they can avoid overreaching and prepare thoughtfully for the changes ahead. Embracing each phase with awareness and optimism helps us move forward with resilience and hope. After reaching its peak, the economy gently transitions into the contraction phase, sometimes called a slowdown or recession. In this stage, the economic engine slows, inviting reflection and adjustment. Confidence among consumers and businesses softens, leading to reduced spending and investment. Sales may dip, and companies might face unsold inventory, prompting thoughtful recalibration of production and workforce. Credit becomes less accessible and more costly. This period of contraction is a natural adjustment, gently correcting the excesses of previous growth and preparing the ground for renewal. The lowest point of this journey is known as the trough, sometimes called the bottom or depression. Here, economic activity rests at its quietest, offering a moment of pause and possibility. Unemployment often peaks, and business closures may be more common. Yet, even in this subdued atmosphere, hope persists, and the desire for goods and services quietly begins to grow again. The trough is not just an ending, but a turning point. Here, excess inventory is cleared, prices and costs settle, and pent-up demand starts to build, setting the stage for a fresh beginning. During this time, governments often step in with supportive measures, nurturing the seeds of recovery and laying a strong foundation for the next phase of growth. The recovery phase signals renewed energy and optimism as economic activity begins to rise once more, ushering in a new cycle of opportunity and progress. Now that we've explored the phases of the trade cycle, let's gently consider a vital question. What truly drives these rhythmic changes in our economy? The economy's rise and fall is not random, but guided by a fascinating web of interconnected forces. The forces behind the trade cycle can be seen as two broad groups: internal factors, which arise from within the economic system, and external factors, which are influences that come from outside and shape the economy's path. Among the most meaningful internal causes are shifts in investment. When businesses choose to invest in new technology, equipment, or facilities, these decisions, full of hope and vision, can be naturally unpredictable. These choices are shaped by factors such as interest rates, innovation, and above all, the spirit of confidence, what economist John Maynard Keynes called animal spirits. This optimism or caution can gently steer the course of the entire economy. Investment spending creates jobs and income, which in turn inspire more consumer spending. These waves of activity ripple outward, uplifting the entire economy with their powerful multiplier effect. Changes in consumer demand are also a vital internal driver. In most economies, including India's, consumer spending forms the heart of GDP, reflecting the hopes and dreams of millions. When people feel secure about their future and income, they are inspired to make big purchases, like homes or cars, and to enjoy life's comforts, fueling growth and opportunity for all. These shifts in confidence can be influenced by interest rates, stock markets, and even the stories we share in the media. In this way, consumer behavior becomes a key force, shaping the economic journey we all share. Beyond the forces within, our economy is gently shaped by external shocks. Unexpected events that can set new cycles in motion or amplify existing ones. These may include transformative policy changes, like a government adjusting its tax or spending approach, or a central bank making a bold shift in interest rates. Each of these moments, though challenging, opens the door to new possibilities and growth. On a global scale, events can ripple across borders and touch every life. Consider the oil price surges of the 1970s, the recent supply chain challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, or geopolitical shifts like the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which have influenced energy and food prices worldwide. Even in uncertainty, humanity adapts and finds new ways forward. Breakthroughs in technology, such as the rise of the internet or the growth of green energy, are powerful external forces. They spark new industries, inspire innovation, and fuel long periods of expansion, even as they gently guide older ways into the past. Each innovation brings hope and opportunity for a brighter future. If understanding the trade cycle is like reading a map of the economic landscape, then economic forecasting is our guiding compass, helping us see where we are and illuminating the best path ahead. With the right tools, we can navigate change with confidence and optimism. Economic forecasting is the art and science of envisioning the future. By thoughtfully predicting key indicators like GDP growth, inflation, employment, and spending, we gain clarity and direction. This process empowers us to prepare, adapt, and thrive in a changing world. While no forecast can be perfect, our world is wonderfully complex and ever-changing. The practice of forecasting remains essential. It guides business leaders, investors, and policymakers, helping them make wise decisions and build a resilient future. Over time, economic forecasting has blossomed from simple trend spotting into a sophisticated discipline, drawing on a rich variety of tools. This evolution reflects our collective desire to understand, anticipate, and shape the world for the better. Today, forecasting methods fall into two broad categories: qualitative, which values expert insight and thoughtful judgment, and quantitative, which relies on data and mathematical models. Together, they offer a balanced approach to understanding what lies ahead. The most inspiring advances are now found in machine learning and artificial intelligence. These powerful tools can explore vast amounts of data, revealing subtle patterns and connections that were once hidden. With them, we unlock new potential for growth and understanding. As we reach the end of our journey through trade cycles and forecasting, it becomes clear these concepts are the foundation of modern economic wisdom and business success. They empower us to face the future with hope and clarity. The ability to understand economic cycles and anticipate future trends is more than knowledge. It's a vital skill that fuels achievement in business, investment, and policy. With this insight, we can all strive for a more prosperous tomorrow. As technology advances and our understanding deepens, these tools will only grow stronger, offering decision-makers a clearer, more hopeful vision of the road ahead. The future is bright for those who are prepared to embrace it.